Many people think of the business plan as just unnecessary paperwork that the bank will ask for in order to open a business account. Yes, the bank will definitely ask for it, but that's not all. The business plan is actually a kind of inventory, which you should do at least in your head, even if you don't have to give it to anyone. Before you invest time, money, and energy into something, you owe it to yourself to think about it. Can this thing even work? This is our second episode on the topic of business plan, and it's closely related to the first part. So if you haven't heard that, you should listen to episode 4 first.
Welcome to the Business Lessons in Denmark podcast. My name is Edina Bohos, and I am here with my colleague Katalin Balog. We are owners of Kulakon CPS, a Danish accounting office. Hi, Kati. Are you ready for the second part of business plan?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, sounds very good. So last week we discussed why a business plan is important. So I try to summarize it. So actually, I should have a business idea. If it is great or not great, we will see. And we should see what kind of problem we will solve with that, right? So if there will be demand for it, and we should have target audience, and we should know they are willing or they are able to pay for our service
Or product.
Yeah, exactly. And we have any competitors, of course. We will have.
Perhaps, yeah.
Yes, and who they are, and as well as what are the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and challenges. So we have come this far in the last episode.
Yes. But there are also other aspects that we need to look at. And the next thing to think about is how we are going to do the activity itself. Where will the workplace be? Will we be working from home, or will we need to rent something, maybe a shop or a workshop? Maybe we will be working at the client's premises, right? Such as a gardener. So we have to think of that.
Okay, so in my business idea, which was to make homemade food at the customer's house for a big family event, the location would be the customer's kitchen as well.
Good. Very good. Besides that, who will work? Is it just you, or will you need employees, some contractors, maybe freelancers?
Maybe at the beginning I will work alone, and so I don't have any plan to employ anybody. But why it's an important to know this is in advance?
Because you will have to find the right person or the right people, which is not always so easy if you will need employees. And also you will have some legal, administrative, and financial implications if you need employees. But besides the employees, you also need to think about what tools you will need. Because if you really want to start a cooking business, then you will probably need a kitchen spoon or two.
Yeah, maybe more. Okay. Yeah, or I might have to buy a car because somehow I should transport the meat and the vegetable to the location. So
Exactly. And in connection with this, you will have to take into account your fixed costs. Because if you buy a company car, it will cost you every month the insurance, the tax, the fuel. If an employee is needed, then he or she will need a salary. You will have to make an insurance for them. Also, you will have some fixed costs with the bank, you need to
The bookkeeper.
the bookkeeper, exactly, the company
Uh-huh.
insurance and so on. So
Okay.
there will be costs already with all these things, and you have to calculate with this.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that we talked about the employee, but another thing that often comes up is how the ownership of the business should be. So, what if I want to do the business alone or with a friend or my spouse?
Yeah, exactly. This is a very important point to consider. If you are, yeah, you have to decide, will you be the only owner or there will be several owners, as you say? Maybe you want to start a business with your spouse, for example. If there are several owners, how will the ownership be? Will you own 50% of the company, or will there be some other sharing of the company? Who will be the director? Who will be responsible for what? Who will be responsible for the finances? Who will be responsible for the marketing or the administration and so on? Obviously, there are advantages to have more owners, like to have business partners, because it will enrich the company. There are very few people who are good at everything, or maybe there isn't even any person who are good at everything. So if you are two people or more people, then you can share the responsibility areas. Maybe you are good at cooking, but your husband is maybe good at marketing, or I don't
Yeah.
know.
Uh-huh.
But when you are more, then you also have to agree on the rules of the game, and you have to kind of talk about your expectations to this whole business.
Okay, but what expectations do you have in mind?
I mean, what do you want to achieve with all this? Because if one of you wants to become a millionaire in 2 years, while the other would rather prioritize time with his family or with her family, then these two things not really fit well
Yeah.
together. There
Uh-huh.
will be problems
Okay.
because you are not getting a millionaire in 2 years while having every weekend free with your family.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Probably not.
Or you work only 2 hours per day because you prefer to have a free time.
Yeah, then
Okay, I
you do
can
not fit
see.
together.
Yes, of course.
So you have to talk about your expectations before you go into this whole business thing together. So
Yeah.
basically, you have to define what success is for you. For some people, success is not to be a millionaire in 2 years. And it's fine. Maybe success can be that you have a comfortable life. But yeah, you just have to find this out before you start.
Okay, it's a very good point. I guess it's very important. So okay, so it can be a good point if I have a partner, right?
Yeah,
But there can also be traps.
exactly.
Okay, because as long as everything goes well, and there is no problem, it's fine. But if something does not go well, then they might start blaming each other or something like that. So the relationship can fail.
Yeah, even marriages
Yes,
can
exactly.
fail.
Unfortunately, I have heard of friendship and marriages that have been destroyed because of that.
Yeah, because of a business that
Yes.
they thought
Yeah.
of differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about the marketing?
Well, good question. You have to make your company known and you have to sell your products or your services. So you have to somehow do some kind of marketing so people start to know you and want to buy from you.
Okay, and yeah, for example, in my business idea, so my target audience can be the housewives between
Yeah,
30 and 60, something like that. And I guess they are using Facebook and maybe Instagram.
yeah,
So it can be a very good marketing site for me, right?
absolutely. I mean, social media
Yeah.
became very important in marketing in recent years.
Hmm.
Yes, but if you had another target audience, maybe your target audience were teenagers, then probably Facebook is not the right.
Yeah, it's an old fashioned for them.
Yeah, exactly. They are not on Facebook anymore.
Yeah.
So that's why you have to think
Hmm.
over these things.
Okay, very good. And maybe in my case, so if I go to the city center and to hand out small tasting snacks
Mm.
along with my flyer, so could that be a good marketing trick? What do you think?
I think it would be a very good marketing
I also
trick.
will
Yeah,
invite you.
yeah, great. Because yeah, because your audience is local.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think also that's why I noticed that many times when a new shop opens, they usually have a big grand opening
Hmm.
when they hand out a little snack
Snacks,
or
yeah.
some tasting,
Hmm.
whatever. So the local, because their audience is obviously local, people who live close by,
Yeah.
they start to learn them. They
Hmm.
learn them, and they will come back.
Ah, yeah.
So yeah, it's a good idea.
Okay, so now we have the picture, what our business will look like, and how we are going to sell. But the most important thing is still the finances.
Yes, this is always the soul of the whole thing.
Yes.
Um, but now that you have looked at all these things, you can calculate how much investment is necessary at all, or is there an investment necessary?
Hmm.
Because some businesses require a big initial investment,
Hmm.
but in some other businesses maybe you don't. If you want to start a cleaning company, you
Yeah,
buy
you need one bucket,
yeah
maybe one mop,
a,
one broom, and maybe
yeah,
that's it.
maybe if you want to get really fancy, then you buy a vacuum cleaner.
Yes. It is the most expensive in this business.
Yeah, but then you can start
Yeah.
already. That how
Hmm.
much is that? Maximum, I don't know, 2,000 crowns
Yeah,
altogether.
around. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you want to open I don't know, a butcher shop, that's another matter.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I really have to think about my financial situation. So, but I can afford actually. So,
As an investment, yeah, to
yeah.
invest. Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
exactly. So, do I have money saved to get started, and then can I cover my expenses until my business starts properly? Right?
Right, because I mean, you also have your private
Life.
expenses,
Yeah.
private life. You live somewhere, you have
Mm.
to eat, and in the first period of the business, maybe you will not have so much income.
Hmm.
Uh, so it's not only the investment at the beginning, but also there will be probably a period when you will not earn so much.
Hmm.
And of course, after a time, people will know you and will come to you and buy from you. But you have to be prepared for this.
Hmm. Okay, and I think I should also think about how much sales I can expect, or how I should set my prices.
Exactly, because there is a difference between running a coffee shop, then you can sell a coffee for, I don't know, 40 crowns.
Yeah,
You have to
yeah.
sell a lot of coffees in order to get the income
Hmm.
that you need to cover your expenses
Hmm.
in the company, and then to be able to have enough salary so you can cover your private expenses as well. But I don't know, if you have a car dealership, maybe you sell a car or two in a month or three, and then you are covered already.
Yes, it sounds very good. I have to think about that business.
Yeah.
Okay, but in my case, if I buy a small used car, maybe it can be around, I don't know, 50,000 or something like that. And of course, I have insurance and other costs. So together it can be 80,000 or something like that around.
Yeah, the lawyer in the beginning, or the bookkeeper, the bank, and so on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
insurances, as you say.
Yes.
Yeah,
And I can sell a party of 10, 15 people for 15,000, and I spend 10,000 to buy the
the materials, the raw
materials,
materials. Yeah,
right? So I have to sell at least 4, 6 parties per month.
yeah. You see, and now that we have gone through it, it turns
Yes!
out that your idea is workable.
Yoo-hoo! I am so brilliant, actually. Okay, so, and don't anyone dare to steal my business idea. Because maybe I will implement it in the future. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you have already let the genie out of the bottle, so it's
Yeah.
too late now.
Oh, okay. So, well, that's how it's done. So, anyway, to summarize what we have talked about. So, the business plan should also include what the team will be like. That is the owners and employees, how we will advertise and sell, and where we will get the money for all this.
Exactly. And in the following episodes, we will deal with a topic that customers ask us about most often, namely business forms. We are often asked about what kind of company they should open if they want to start a business. Should it be a sole proprietorship? Should it be a limited liability company? And what are the options at all? Or what if they want to be several owners in the company?
Mhm.
So these are the things that we will continue with in our next coming episodes.
I can't wait. It's true that really almost everyone is interested in this.
Yeah,
So we will continue with that.
great.
Today's episode was sponsored by Kulakon CPS. Kulakon CPS can help with starting your company with bookkeeping and tax matters. In addition, we also provide business and financial consulting. If you liked the show, then follow us and like our Facebook page. If you would like to contact us, you can do so via our website www.accounts.cool. We wish you a successful week.